Do you like Dominoes? No, 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 not the pizza. Dominoes, the game. Commonly known as bones, rocks, or tiles. And you probably recognize them by the little dots, or pips. It's hot in the shop today. I'm building a domino tile rack on the Shapeoko 5 Pro CNC machine, all from a 12-inch by 24-inch piece of poplar. If you don't know how to play dominoes, check it out online. It's a fun game to play with family and friends. Let's get started. So our CNC needs to be centered right on that point right there. This whole cutout will last about, I think it's about an hour. Of course, I won't bore you with the whole setup, so we're going to speed this up. Of course, you can use any wood for this. I like poplar because it gives a nice cherry equivalent look, and it's offered at my local hardware store. All right, CNC is done. Now it's time to take it off the deck. And as you can see, looking into the light there, you can see where it's just barely not going through. Some places it did. And then there's some places that may have a 1/16 of an inch I gotta cut through. All right, so I gotta get my utility knife and we're gonna score this. And then we're gonna get each piece out one by one. There's gonna be 3 pieces. Sometimes this part is a little tough when you have these areas that aren't cut deep enough. Okay, I got all 3 pieces out. Now we're heading to the router just to clean some of these edges off before we go to sand it. Thanks to my new overhead camera jig that I built yesterday, I was able to get some cool shots from above. Now we're going to start sanding all the pieces. I usually start with my orbital sander and I will do a 60 grit, and then I'll knock it down to a 220 grit. The best thing I like about this that I thought of when I designed it is the tier level system. I've used domino rack tile holders before, and it's normally one piece of wood with a routed bit on 2 lines, and you just have to place your tiles in there. So you can't really see the line behind it unless you really look or adjust your tile rack to your liking. I'm going to use the Minwax pre-stain wood conditioner. I always do this before I stain. To me, it gives a nice, cleaner, more balanced look when you stain. Next, I'm going to apply the Minwax Wood Finish Penetrating Stain, which is the Dark Walnut, number 2716. I like this dark walnut color for this. To me, just gaming accessories, gaming tables, all that to me just seems to be better with a dark stain. Just going to apply this and I'm going to wipe it off, and then we're going to let it dry. On to the next morning. We're gonna take this out back. We're gonna throw some lacquer onto it. I'm just gonna show you one spray, but I am gonna be doing 3 to 4 coats of lacquer. We're almost done with this thing. I'm gonna take my steel wool and just rub it everywhere across all the pieces, trying to take some of the shine off as well as the roughness that's been there since we sprayed the lacquer. What I'm looking for is kind of a satin shine, not really a glossy shine. Next, I'm going to glue some of these dominoes in here. I just picked some random ones. There's a little room in there to move them. The reason I made a little more room in there is just for the lacquer. I didn't know how much lacquer I'm gonna be spraying and how much it will take up. I'm gonna go ahead and center the dominoes just because there's that wiggle room. I don't want them being lopsided or whatnot. Next, we're going to glue all 3 pieces together. Trying to be careful with my glue because I know where the glue will come out. I know it's going to seep out the bottom, which is fine. I'll just take some steel wool to that. I don't want it gushing out the top. That's my big concern. Also in my previous build, you probably saw a little indentation here. That was for the trains, which are needed when you're playing the game Dominoes. Also in my previous build, I installed a snake light, which was right here. The domino tile rack is done. I am ordering some feet from Amazon to put under it, so that way it'll grip to whatever surface you have it on. This rack holds 16 tiles if you fold them landscape, long ways. If you fold them this way, you can do that as well. It'll hold a lot more if you do it that way. Here's a view of the front. Some of my previous builds, I had a nameplate here or some initials. So I was able to put, instead of these 2 tiles here, I was able to put someone's name. It was a separate piece. Kind of like my toilet paper holder, had that inset medallion. If you didn't watch my last video, check it out. I built a custom toilet paper holder with a shelf and motion detection light. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment below what you think I should build next. We'll see you on the next build.